We in the greater Western Mass area are just so sports rich. We have so many opportunities to bring groups in for athletic events. We have shrines, the Basketball Hall of Fame, the Volleyball Hall of Fame, and talk about accessibility, Western Mass. An hour and a half to Boston and a couple hours to New York. You can't get any better than that. The great opportunity in Western Mass are some of our venues. We have the Mass Mutual Center, we have the Mullen Center up at UMass, we have 16 colleges and universities, we have fields, we have rinks, we have auditoriums, we have it all here. This is without all the big city cost. Here locally in Western Massachusetts, we can handle any of your events.
The reason an event planner would want to bring a sporting event to Western Massachusetts is primarily because of the fact that this is a rich sports region. We have two of our own sports Hall of Fames, the basketball and the volleyball. We've got 16 colleges plus UMass, which provide the facilities and they provide the values that these entertainment. You're going to edit this, right?
Yep.
Yeah, will provide for our for the events. When it comes to accessibility, affordability, and attractions, Western Mass comes up huge.
I think beyond great facilities, this area has such a rich tradition in sports history. The Basketball Hall of Fame, certainly the game was founded right here in Springfield, up in Mason Square area by Dr. Naismith, working at Springfield College. So basketball runs very, very deep here. We have a number of basketball-related events in Springfield that are always very successful. And the volleyball was invented just up the road in Holyoke by Dr. Morgan, also associated with Springfield College. So we have two basketball halls of fame. We have wonderful facilities.
So, so we have two halls of fame, not two basketball halls of fame.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
So we have two halls of fame here in our area, and that leads to a rich heritage within all the facilities that we have with colleges, the high schools, the various private entities that are out there. So we are poised to really be a home of a great tournament. We've had great experience running the Division II National Championships and the MAC Championships and many, many other championships. So we know how to do it. We've got great hospitality, and that's feedback from those that have attended and been responsible for those tournaments.
Western Mass has so many wonderful attributes. Whether it's the Berkshires or downtown Springfield, there's some wonderful sporting events that are hosted here. And from a corporate perspective, there's so much potential. Mass Mutual is heavily involved with the Springfield Falcons, the Springfield Armor, as well as UMass basketball and athletics. And we find that we just derive so many benefits from being involved with these great sports properties.
As a coach, the number one thing I think we're looking for when we're looking at a venue is accessibility, number one. You don't want to be in too crowded an area. You'd like a nice, medium, smaller size city, but something that offers a lot of different things that you can do when you get there. And of course, the cost is a factor when you're dealing with, whether it's youth age groups or college age groups, you're dealing with maybe parents and other people coming in to watch. They want to make it affordable, so that's important too. But I think that's the biggest thing is accessibility, affordability, and many other things to do. What else does the region have to offer? I've been a coach from youth to college, and Western Mass has everything to offer.
I think Western Mass is a hidden gem, quite frankly. Having grown up here and having worked in the area now for 24 years at Springfield College, when you analyze success of sporting events, I think it's very important. You have to look at the facilities, you have to look at the hospitality, and you have to look at ease of access. And our area has been known as the crossroads of New England for a very, very, very long time. It's easy access via plane, via automobile or bus, and the facilities are top-notch. With 17 colleges and universities in the area, there's been a considerable amount of investment in facilities. Quite frankly, at our institution, it's been approximately $45 million in regards to those kinds of things. So why wouldn't someone want to come and actually have their event and brand their event with some of the finest facilities and also some of the nicest people you're ever going to find, because sports has been ingrained in our area for a very, very, very long time.
I think this area is great for hosting sporting events because we have a passionate sports base. Also, we have great facilities throughout Western Mass, the Berkshires, as well as in greater Springfield area. And just with the accessibility, you have the major highways, the Mass Pike, so people can come east, west, and also 91 where they can come north and south. I think it's a perfect package for people to come into the Western Mass area.
When we were forming the Western Mass Sports Commission, and myself and Jim Rooney met with Mary Kay and Peter Roscothan at the time from the Bureau, we wanted to get into it because we think the Mass Mutual Center, which we took from the city of Springfield,
The Mass Mutual Center.
the Mass Mutual Center, which was given to us through an enabling legislation in the late 1990s, early 2000s. Needed some work, so we invested a fair amount of money in the facilities infrastructure. We put a new ice surface down. We took all of the seats out and put in new seating. We built some club facilities, and we think it's the premier indoor venue for sporting events. We have a center hung scoreboard that has video panels on 4 sides. It's a first-rate kind of a place. As I'm sure you know, Michelle, we house 2 tenant teams, the Springfield Falcons and the Springfield Armor. We have historically run D2 NCAA men's basketball tournaments. Currently, we're running the MAC Division I men's and women's championships. So we think that the facility really does do the job in terms of giving those who want to come to the Valley a first-rate venue experience. And then we've certainly got the hospitality infrastructures to support all of that.
Well, Michelle, there's so much available in Western Mass. You know, not only do you have the Pioneer Valley with its rich history, with Springfield and the Hampshires, all leading all the way up to Greenfield, and the Connecticut River running through there, and all of the resources that those have. But you also have the Berkshire Hills, and in the Berkshires, you have many, many cultural activities. Not only cultural activities, but outdoor recreational activities. So anyone coming to Western Mass, there are so many resources and so many benefits to enjoy, not only from an athletic facility standpoint, a recreational standpoint, but for those people that are coming, not only the participants, but the spectators as well, there's things to do. There's a wealth of things to do, both wonderful inns and lodging opportunities, but great restaurants, and then the cultural institutions and the colleges as well that you can enjoy, both their museums and all of their sporting activities. Well, there's wonderful opportunities. You go to the Deerfield River, there's rafting up in the northern Pioneer Valley. There's rafting opportunities, zip lining opportunities. Going to the Berkshires, we've got 3 wonderful ski areas that are available. There's cross-country skiing that's available. The hiking in the Mount Greylock, the trails around the Mount Greylock mountain range are all available to people. Pittsfield State Forest, wonderful state forest to go in. Lots of camping opportunities. Wonderful outdoor recreational activities. We've got some marathons. We have these triathlons. But also, you know, as I said, there's biking opportunities as well. We have mountain biking races. We have mountain biking trails that are available, and great just road biking areas as well.
Well, if we start with the fundamentals, I think that the area itself, this region of the country, is aesthetically beautiful. It has 4 distinct seasons, and depending on whatever season one chooses to place their event here, they will have tremendous amount of assets to enjoy. We have a museum that is world class. Quadrangle. This is the home of Dr. Seuss, and so there's a museum presentation that celebrates Theodore Geisel's establishment of the Dr. Seuss series. In addition to that, we have the first commissioned arsenal and manufacturing arms for the military commissioned by George Washington, located here, and there's a museum associated with that. There are a tremendous amount of firsts in Springfield, but the number one first that we like to brag about is the Basketball Hall of Fame, because basketball was established here by Dr. Naismith at Springfield College. There are like 17 colleges and universities that are located in the Pioneer Valley, within a stone's throw away from any place that you locate your particular event. And so if young people are involved and they're thinking about higher education as their next step, there's an opportunity to take a look at some of the world-class institutions, higher ed institutions that we have here: Smith College, Amherst College, Williams, Mount Holyoke, University of Massachusetts. We can go on and on. So I think that the key thing is realizing that there are so many options to have fun culturally, educationally, as well as athletically. Athletics are pretty abundant here in this area. There are no sports that get a limited attention, because you have in the SMSA area of this region, you have over 1 million people. So the diversity of interest is definitely there. We have theaters, we have movie theaters, as well as performing arts theaters. Having so many colleges in this area really lends to a cultural enrichment for this particular area, because there are always events and plays and performances that will really attract the attention of folks who have an interest in a particular genre of music, or in particular form of arts that may grab them. I would also say that the people is probably our biggest asset. It's a very friendly place. People embrace you. It does not have the traditional image of, this area, Springfield and the greater Springfield area, does not have a reputation, as many places in New England, as being very cold and uninviting for outsiders. I think there's a northern-southern hospitality here in the greater Springfield area that really embraces new people and visitors, and so and it's a safe place. It's a safe place to come and bring your family and enjoy the multiple assets that we have to offer.